welcome to F1 Podcast. This is episode 113, and as always, I'm joined by my excellent friend Max. Max, how you doing?
I'm well, mate. Hi, everyone.
Mate, before we talk about Barcelona, we just want to say that Mark Penske sent us this poster a little while ago now. A very nice poster. And he's got posters of Watkins Glen from I think the 60s through to the 80s, Max. So if you're interested, I'll put a picture of this poster on in our video, and his email address is markpenske@aol.com, and yeah, contact him if you want one.
Do yourself a favour, they're cracker posters.
Yeah,
they're really good. I'm very impressed.
Alright mate, let's talk about Circuit de Catalunya. We had Barcelona qualifying yesterday, and Jenson Button's done it again, mate. Pole position.
He has indeed. Before we go into that, mate, Pep and I pumped a couple of laps at Barcelona before we did this podcast.
Minutes ago.
Just to get ourselves in the mood. And I got to say, I do like the track now. Yeah, you can't pass on it or anything, but gee, it was fun. But yes, mate, Jenson Button in the Brawn comes out tops again.
Mate, I was loving those last couple of laps of qualifying. Actually, the last run around where Webber went fastest, and then Barrichello did well, and everyone's crossing the line, and Jenson was the last one to come through, and he did it, mate. And he's on pole again. The Brawn dream continues.
Mate, it does. These guys haven't put a foot wrong. Button's in pole. Rubens is third. Another great result for Brawn GP. Heading into the 5th race of the season, these guys haven't put a foot wrong. They've done really well.
And Vettel as well, Max. That's Vettel.
Vettel,
yeah,
with an F.
Thanks for that, guys. Yeah, Max and I actually pride ourselves on getting the pronunciations right. 100% correct, so yeah, it's good to see Vettel doing well, mate.
It was good to see our German friends turning around and saying that in German, V is pronounced F, heavy F. So we're going to pronounce his name Vettel from now on.
And let us know, actually, if there's any other pronunciations that we're getting wrong, because I used to love the fact that Murray Walker, Max, always got the pronunciations 100% right, and you could trust Murray on getting those right, so, I remember last year we were saying Boomy, and it's actually Buemi.
Buemi.
So, and let us know.
Kubica and Kubica, so let us know what the pronunciations are. We're just humble Australians. We don't do the whole Eurozone thing.
All right, mate. Well, the qualifying was excellent. I loved it. We had Massa finally getting some good qualifying performance, and Kimi not so much.
Yeah. No, I was pleased to see Ferrari back up there, and it was it was testament to the work that the guys back at the factory have done to have Felipe qualifying on the second row, which is fantastic. It's more we're accustomed to seeing Ferrari, but yeah, as you said, mate, unfortunately we're missing McLaren. They're MIA at the moment.
Yeah, they are, and the Toyotas also did well in qualifying again.
Toyotas did great, which is fantastic to see, but I'd also like to acknowledge Mark Webber's fantastic qualification position in P5.
Yeah.
That Red Bull, as we've all know, is very quick, and I think it's a fantastic result for Red Bull to have P2 and P5.
Yeah, and also the BMW with Kubica getting into the top 10.
Finally.
Yeah, yes. Mate, I said in the last episode that I was really looking forward to seeing some updates to the car, and that BMW looks noticeably different. The front nose and the front wing, and it's obviously working well for Robert getting in the top 10. So that's fantastic for them.
It is great, but I was also pleased for Nico Rosberg as well to qualify in the top 10. He comes in at P9, and the Williams has been a quick car this year, as we all know, and it's great to see that starting to come into the fore with him qualifying P9.
And Alonso as well in P8. I was loving the coverage where every time they went to the Spanish crowd, everyone was going, "Hey!" as Alonso went past, of course, in their blue shirts. In their Alonso shirts. I thought that was awesome, mate.
It is awesome, and it's always good to race at your home Grand Prix, no doubt about it. And with Alonso in P8, fueled with about 10 kilos lighter than Seb Vettel with Kurz, I'll be very interested to watch what Fernando does from P8, as equally as I will watching Felipe Massa from P4 with curves.
Max, I think I've made a couple of comments on the channel or in the comments section of YouTube about the FIA weights, but I just want to say on camera that I'm loving the fact that we've got the FIA weights now. I think it's great that you can scrutinise for our hardcore F1 fans like you, like me. You can really look at the weights and see who's light, who's going to do what during the race. I think it's great.
It's great, and it's long overdue. Admittedly, when next year, I believe, with no refuelling at Grand Prix, this is the last year of the publicised weights, because we won't have that problem anymore. What you qualify with next year is what you're going to race with, which I think is a good thing in that regard. But I'm sure we'll talk about refuelling and the like in podcasts to come. But yes, it is a great thing, mate, having the weights publicised.
It's excellent. All right, Max, I'm going to get straight into my tips now, and I'm just going to say I think Button and Barrichello are going to get a Brawn 1-2 in Barcelona. I think they're just the car to beat at the moment. They've just got so much pace, and they're just doing so well. I'm expecting some first corner incidents, Max. I'm not saying carnage, not carnage.
Just some argy-bargy.
A little bit, just a little bit, Max. So I'm calling a Brawn 1-2, and then Vettel to get P3.
Okay, all right, interesting call. I can't fault you with Button. I, however, have gone for Vettel to win this race.
I didn't see that. Oh, you have gone for Vettel.
I've gone for Vettel.
Ah, nice.
And more surprisingly, I've gone for Massa for P2. Could be a Ferrari resurgence. You never know. With that curves coming from P4, there could be a little bit of how's your father going into the first corner, and he might just scoot ahead. Never know. And for P3, I pick Button, because either way, the Brawn, either one or both of the Brawns are going to be on the podium this weekend. I've pretty much no doubt about that. But I've just tried to spice it up a bit, mate, and I'd love to see Vettel win another race, because it would have just added a little bit more spice to the championship, I think. So for me, Vettel, Massa and Button.
Alright guys, well let us know your tips underneath this video in the comments section, and Max and I are going to film another video straight away after this and talk about some F1 news this week. So we'll talk to you after Catalunya.
Alright, see you soon guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.